Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing you another one of my brand new comic hauls. I put these out every Wednesday whenever I go to my local comic shop and pick up all the new releases I'm going to be getting that week. So let's pull these right out of the bag as usual. And now that we've got these comics out of the bag, we've got to get the bag out of the way. Well then, get out of here. Alright, now that is actually fully over with, let's get right into this haul. This week I've got, I believe, 6 different issues from Marvel, and I've got 1 issue from Image, as well as a collection from Image that I've been looking for a long time. Stick around to the very end of the video to find out more about that. But first off, I've actually got an issue that came out last week. I think somehow I didn't put this on my pull list, but this is Beta Ray Bill number 2. Luckily, there was an extra copy that my comic shop owner was able to put aside for me. I've had nothing but good things to say about this series so far. I actually did an individual video on the first issue, my review on that, so check out that video if you haven't already. But the art has been very raggedy and kind of cartoonish at some times, but also very well done. Good colors and everything, and although the plot was pretty simple in that first issue, I think it's going to be progressing the story a lot. He's been stuck in this Corbinite horse form that he's not used to, and he's not able to transform back to his regular self ever since his hammer Stormbreaker was destroyed by Thor in the first story arc of Donny Cates' Thor run. This should be a good issue. I'm excited to see where this story goes. It's Beta Ray Bill number 2. Alright, and then next up, I've got something that I've been very excited for many months now. You know what it is already. This is Heroes Reborn number 1, Marvel's next big event. But I've done a few different breaking news videos on this in the past, showing off some of the tie-in covers and their descriptions, also some of those regular covers. But it's written by Jason Aaron. The art is by Ed McGuinness. They're just the regular creative team on Avengers. Inks by Mark Morales, and I was very excited to see that the colors on this series are actually going to be by Matthew Wilson. He's probably my favorite colorist that Marvel has had. He's been doing great work on Thor by Donny Cates. The idea behind Heroes Reborn is just that this is an Earth where the Avengers never became the Avengers. All of these heroes didn't have their origins that we're so used to seeing. And a Squadron Supreme, this other superhero team who work for America, they're the main heroes. They're basically the replacement Avengers. They're very famous. Everybody loves them. And this is just going to be exploring that world, this world of changed Marvel Universe. But I can't wait to see what they're able to put together, what plot lines they can run through these 8 issues that are being put out, and what they can introduce in this brand new universe. There's some character mashups going on and stuff like that. It came with this pack of trading cards that I'm very excited about. I'm tempted to keep them in the package in case they're ever valuable in the future, but I'll keep them in good condition anyways. There's the Hyperion one, Dr. Spectrum, Blade, just a bunch of different characters that are going to be in the forefront of Heroes Reborn. A bunch of these are members of the Squadron Supreme, of course, but you can't say no to just free cards. I really like when Marvel puts out free extras like this. Next up, I've got Amazing Spider-Man number 65, yet another issue of this series. But this is the 3rd part in the King's Ransom story arc, which has been running for a little while in Spider-Man now. It's basically focused around Kingpin, who is trying to assemble these pieces of the Lifeline tablet. When the full tablet is assembled, the person who's assembled those pieces will have ultimate power. So the Mayor Kingpin, a former crime boss, is trying to get those pieces. We don't really know what his motives are yet, but Spider-Man and his roommate Boomerang are also trying to find these pieces because they know Kingpin is trying to find them, so they're going to get them first. And I think they were in the lead, except Kingpin has been hiring all of these different villains to track down Boomerang. And yes, it is true that they're actually finishing this event off with an extra issue of Amazing Spider-Man outside of the already bi-weekly series called Giant Size Amazing Spider-Man King's Ransom. That's very unfortunate. I know that's just extra money people have to pay because they say it's because Nick Spencer has so many big ideas. He just needs to expand into these extra issues, but that doesn't need to be an extra issue. It can just be an issue of Amazing Spider-Man. It might be that the story happens a little slower, but that causes more anticipation. People need to wait a little bit longer, and that might even make them want to keep on getting the comic. And then Spider-Man and Boomerang team up despite their differences, and they take down Kingpin and save the world. Ooh, wow, that sounds like a very big storyline. I guess maybe. We're gonna need an extra issue, I decided. Well, hold on. Don't I get some say in this? No, I already hired the artist for it, see? What, on your phone? Have you even been paying attention? Of course, I heard all those big ideas you had. Okay. Nick Spencer, so famous for his big ideas. Always needing us to add those extra issues. Please, we don't need to add extra issues. People need to spend more money.
Ooh, did you say money?
Alright, next up I've got Carnage, Black, White, and Blood, number 3. So yeah, this is just the anthology series where each issue collects 3 different stories following Carnage from different times in his life. Most of them are in the past. We had a present story in the last issue, but just little snippets, stories that have not been told about the Carnage symbiote. And of course it's all in black and white except for the blood, or basically just except for red. So the artists and writers have been working together on these different Black, White, and Blood series that Marvel's been publishing to incorporate red in like very creative ways. They'll make like a character's eyes red to show that they're angry. They'll make a room red to show something's about to go down, things like that. First off though, we've got a story by Dan Slott and Greg Smallwood. That's the one I'm the very most excited for. Dan Slott has been killing it on all of the comics he's been doing lately. Then we've got a story by Carla Pacheco and Chris Mooneyham, and one by Alyssa Wong and Gerardo Sandoval. So we'll see what these writers and artists will be able to create in their stories, but I'm for sure looking forward to that Dan Slott one the most. Alright, next up from Marvel this week, I've got the Immortal Hulk, number 46. This is cover B, the Joe Bennett variant cover. Bennett is the main artist on this series, and then it's written by Al Ewing. And I do like this variant cover a lot. Bennett has been doing these like kind of classic looking variant covers for all of the Immortal Hulk issues. For the last few issues he's been doing that. I haven't actually picked up any of them. In this case, my comic shop Diamond shipped the main Alex Ross cover to them later this week, so the only available cover was this variant, so I was willing to just get the variant instead of having to wait to get the issue next week. But issue 46 of 50, this series is very quickly approaching its end, and we'll see what kind of climactic finish they're able to come up with. Last issue, I think, was really the redemption issue of Immortal Hulk that a lot of people have been wanting for a long time at this point. We saw that Joe Fixit was able to become a bulky Hulk again, a strong Hulk, because for many issues, maybe like 10 or 20 even, we've been seeing this scrawny Hulk version of the character, which I feel like just defeats the purpose of Hulk in the first place, and it's all leading to this final showdown that we'll be seeing in Immortal Hulk number 50. So yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. We'll see what they can do leading up to that final issue. It's Immortal Hulk number 46. Alright, and then I've got Strange Academy number 10. This is a super cool, colorful cover by Humberto Ramos with the Strange Academy kids going across the Rainbow Bridge to visit Asgard. I feel like it's been a long time since the last issue of this series came out, but it's very good. At first I was kind of skeptical with those first few issues because you gotta get used to all these new characters. It's pretty daring of Marvel, and they rarely do it, where they just introduce a very large amount of new characters with, of course, still supporting cast that we're used to, like Doctor Strange, of course. They're, of course, going to be visiting Asgard, and then we've got the plot in the background that's been developing with Doyle Dormammu and Emily, all of the different main cast of this comic. But I like how Scotty Young has been managing to focus on different characters in each issue. Of course, Emily is basically the main character so far, but he's still been able to develop other character stories, and there's not too much going on at once. There's not like a storyline for every single character being developed just a tiny bit in each issue. He manages to focus on individual characters, and I've been liking them more and more as these characters grow on me. It's a really good series. So yeah, that's Strange Academy number 10. Alright, and then on to my Image issues this week. First off, I've got Nocterra. This is issue 3. The first 2 issues were very good. So Nocterra is set in this world where all of a sudden the whole world went dark, and they call it the Big PM. And since then, humans have discovered that if you stay in the darkness for too long, you actually become like a gnarly monster. These people have been transformed into monsters, and there's not so many people left, but you need to be lit up by some sort of artificial light at any time, so everybody's got walking around with like these LED lights, things like that. But our main character, I'm forgetting her name, but she is a truck driver, and she'll transport people from one part of the globe to another. Of course, they can't get around by themselves, so she provides a truck that can go in that's all lit up, and sometimes she comes across these monsters that people have been transformed into them by the darkness. And the main storyline that's been going through these issues so far is that there's a scientist and I think his granddaughter who have wanted to book passage with her. They're not able to pay yet, but they say they'll pay her when they get to where they need to be. So it's kind of risky for her, but she took the job anyway. And since then we found out that that scientist is actually the one that caused this whole Big PM to happen in the first place. So we'll see what they can do in this issue. It's written by Scott Snyder and artist by Tony Daniel. It's a pretty good creative team. They've been doing a good job so far, but I really don't know where the series can go. It has a lot of potential though. So yeah, that's Nocterra number 3. Alright, and then finally, here's that collection I was telling you guys about. I'm really excited to have found this. This is Invincible Volume 5. So I got the other 4 a long time ago. I've been using my points that I get at my local comic shop. Basically, if you spend money there, you get points, and then you can use those points to get free graphic novels. It's a really good deal, but I had some saved up, so I've been collecting the Invincible series. You can see back here, I've got a bunch of the collections. Volume 5 was the only one that was missing for so long. I've been routinely checking my comic shop supply of Invincible collections for a long time. I know that I could have just asked for it to be ordered, and then I could have gotten it that way. But sometimes it's fun to just look for the things and find them yourself. Yeah, that's Invincible Volume 5, written by Robert Kirkman, with art by Ryan Otley. Really good creative team. Alright, well that does it. That's every single one of the brand new issues that I picked up this week. I want to know what you guys got though. Let me know down in the comment section below. If you already read your issues, what was your pick of the week? I'm the most excited for Heroes Reborn for sure, and I'm very excited also about those nice trading cards I got along with it. But before we go, make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed my video at all. You can also click that notifications bell, which is sitting right next to it. You'll be notified every single time I post a new video if you don't want to miss any. So that's everything from me for today. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye, guys.